to the cloud. Excellent. So, standing with feet together, and then we're going to turn toes out, followed by heels. Just looking down at your feet, making sure they're tracking straight and parallel to each other. Soft through the knees, hips facing forward, shoulders round and down, and ears over the shoulders. Placing the hands on the hips, and we're just rocking that pelvis forward, flattening through the back, and take the tailbone back and feel the arch. Good. So one more time. Forward, flattening, arching through the lumbar spine, and finding the halfway point between the two. Nice neutral spine position. Placing the hands over the rib cage. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Feel the rib cage expanding. And out through the mouth. Imagine that belt around your waist, drawing the sides towards each other, belly button back towards the spine, and feel those pelvic floor muscles like a lift coming up 1, 2, and 3. So tightness through the abdominal core region, but make sure you can keep breathing that deep lateral breathing. Relaxing the arms down by your side, and we're going to start with some forward shoulder rolls, nice big rolls, releasing any tightness in those shoulders. Good, one more time, forward, and then we're going to reverse up to the ears, over the mountain, and down the other side, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Again, one more time, and then relaxing those shoulders down the back. We're going to float the arms out to the side, locking those shoulders down away from the ears. So we reach the hands up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring the arms back to shoulder height, bend the elbows, and place the hands behind the head. Shrugging those shoulders up to your ears, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back. Unlock those fingers, palms facing away from you as we float the arms and bring the arms back behind the body so you're feeling a nice stretch through the chest. Good. One more time. In breath, float the arms up to shoulder height, bend elbows, place them behind your head. Shrugging the shoulders up to your ears, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Unlock those fingers, palms facing away from you, and we're floating the arms back down. Take the arms behind the body. We're going to interlock those fingers, turn them inside out, and lift them up away from the glutes, just feeling that lovely stretch through the front of your chest. Good, and relax the arms and give them a shake off. Brilliant. So next stretch, left ear to left shoulder, right arm behind the back, left hand over the head. Good. Just breathing through that stretch. Down the side of the neck, across the top of the shoulder. Then we're going to drop the nose over the left breast. So in between the sternum and the shoulder blade. Hand comes behind the head now, and we're just bringing that head forward, but try not to tip forward with the upper body. Good. Coming back up to the center, changing sides now. So right ear over right shoulder, left arm behind the back, right hand over the head. And again, try not to tip that upper body, keep the shoulders square over the hips. And then nose over the right breast, take the hand behind the head. So the nose is over that right foot. Just feeling that stretch more down the back of the neck, maybe even into the shoulder blade. And coming back up to standing again and again. Just roll the shoulders, and you can just bring that head forward just to loosen it slightly. So into the side, bend right arm up, left arm down, lengthen through the waist, over into the left side, bend, reaching the right arm over the top. In breath to center, changing arms, lengthening through the left arm and over into that right side. Bend, feel the opening of that left side. and center, back up again. So we're going to go into the roll down, so drawing the belly button to spine on the in-breath, on the out-breath, chin to chest, keep the knees soft. We're rounding down, articulating through each vertebra joint, arms hanging, head hanging. Let the crown of the head weight you down towards your feet. Drawing the shoulders down the back, just feeling any tightness that you might be feeling through hamstrings, through the lower back. And then we're scooping belly button to spine. We're rounding back up, stacking that spine, and roll the shoulders back. Excellent. So we're going to grab our balls now. We're going to work with squats. Remember, with squats, we're trying to fire up glutes and the front of the quads. If you feel it too much in your knees, just don't bend, don't come down too low. Taking the feet wider, so sort of just slightly wider than shoulder width apart, holding the ball in front of you. So we're going to squat down, but keep the back straight. Don't tip forward, don't lean or round forward. Keep the crown of the head to the ceiling. Touch the ball to the floor. Push back up, ball to the ceiling. Good. So we're going for 6, so for 5 more. Bend, straighten and push back up. Good. Into the squat. If you want to feel it burning, lower that squat down and push back up. Good. 3 more. In breath to squat. Out breath. Push back up. Good. 2 more. In breath to squat. Out breath. Push, and last one, but we're going to hold it here now, and we're going to pulse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pushing back up. Good. Into the side lunge, we're going to go to the right. So side lunge down, take the ball to the floor just in front of you. Bring the ball back up, reach and push it over to the left. So opposite side. Good. Side lunge to the right. Reach and push to the left. So the focus is on the side lunge. You should be feeling it through the right quad and a stretch through that left inner thigh. Good. And reach and push. Good. 3 more. Right side lunge, reach and push to the left. Good. So we're going opposite directions, lateral and bilateral movement, right to left. Last one on this side, right side lunge, reaching up to the left, center it back up, changing legs into the left side lunge. Touch the floor, reach and push to the right. Good. So left side lunge and reach and push. Good. If you're struggling with knees, then just maybe keep going with the roll downs and stretching through the calves and hamstrings. Good. 3 more. Reach and push. Good. 2 more. In breath to side lunge. Reach and push. Last one. And reach and push. Centering it back up. We're going to incorporate all the movements. So over into the left side lunge. Squat. Keeping the back straight. Run the ball over the middle. Right side lunge. And center. Good. You can do this without the ball. And if you're struggling with the knees, just circle the upper body without bending the knees. And back, we're changing directions. Right side lunge, squat, keep the back straight. Left and center. Right side lunge, squat, left and center. Excellent. So feet hip width apart now. We're just rounding the thoracic back. So we're going to go side bend to the left, bend the knees, rounding the thoracic back, head down, left side bend, back up to the ceiling. Good. So knees soft. So left side bend, round, right side bend, and ceiling. We're changing direction. So right side bend, rounding through that thoracic back, left, and ceiling. Last time, right side bend, round that thoracic back, left side bend, and ceiling. Good. Bring the ball down. We're going to come to sitting on the ball. Have a little breather. Good. And just circling those hips. We're going to do twice in both in each direction. Just loosen those hips and lower back off. Good. And then in the other direction. Catching your breath. Coming back to the center. So making sure the ankles are underneath the knees. Crown of the head stays lifted up to the ceiling. So you're lengthening through the waist. And we're going to start with the right leg. So we're going to lift that right leg up. Drop that right hip down. Try not to hitch the hip up. And lower back down. So what we're doing here, first of all, is just seeing which side is slightly weaker, okay? Remember, if the ball rolls to the left, then you need to put more weight through the left seat bone. If the ball rolls to the right, more weight through the right seat bone. Good. And don't collapse that waist. Keep that waist lifted. Good, so we're coming right leg up, but this time we're going to straighten the right leg out, and we're going to start with some circles, nice ankle joint circles, big circles 3 times in each direction, and 3, and we're going to point and flex. Good, again, remember, keep lifted up through the waist. Last time, point and flex. Bend the knee and take it back down to the floor. Good. So weight down into the left seat bone, knee up. Lengthen it out, and we'll start with those circles. For 2 and 1, and then we're changing directions. 2 and 1, and we're pointing and flex. Point and flex. Last one, point and flex, bend the knee and take the foot back to the floor, and just some little circles again, both directions, just loosening that back off. So we're just going to push the board to the side for the second, standing at the back of the mats, but make sure you can reach the ball. We're going to go back into the roll down, so drawing the belly button to spine, deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to take chin to chest, and we're slowly rolling down. Keep the knees soft, feeling the articulation through each vertebra joint as we come down to the toes. Either hook the fingers under the toes or place the hands flat onto the floor. We're going to straighten through the left knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Straighten through the right knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. We're going to straighten through both knees now. Head hanging, shoulders down the back. Breathing through the stretch. 3, 2, 1. We're going to soften through the knees. Walk the hands forward. We're coming down onto all fours. Knees underneath hips, wrists underneath the shoulders, and scooping the belly button to spine. So we've got nice flat back, not arching through that lumbar spine. So into the cat stretch. On the in-breath, we're rounding thoracic back up towards the ceiling. On the out-breath, lengthen tail and crown. drawing the belly button to spine, feet on into that back extension. Good. In breath, rounding thoracic back up towards the ceiling. On the out breath, lengthen tail and crown and feeding on into that back extension. In breath, rounding, we're just going to flex the back off and then we're coming back to our neutral spine position, drawing the belly button to spine. We're going to slide the left leg back, tuck that left toe underneath you, push back through the hands and take the heel to the floor. Good. And we're holding that stretch for 10, 9, 8, keep the pressure on, keep taking that heel to the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that left knee in. Good. So we're sliding that right leg back, tuck the right toe underneath you, push back through the hands, heel to the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that right knee back in again. Brilliant. So into the hip drop. So we're going to take both hips over to the right. Turn looking over your left shoulder at your feet. Good. In breath to center, back up. On the out breath, both hips over to the left, looking over your right shoulder at your feet. So we're just loosening through that lower back. In breath to center. If you need to come onto your forearms, if your wrists are uncomfortable, that's fine. Each time just dropping those hips a little lower. We're going to do 3 times to each side. So 1 more time to each side. Good. Just relaxing, letting those hips drop down. In breath to center. Last time to the left. Center back up, and then we'll just sit back on our heels or towards our heels. Head down to the mat and just stretching off through that lower back, reaching those fingers away from you. Good. And then slowly rounding, stacking that spine. Brilliant. And we're bringing the ball out. If you're not wanting to use the ball, that's fine. Just stay on all fours. So we're going to lie over the ball. So the legs are straight out. The hands are on the floor. We want to lift that belly button up away from the ball. So you're slightly lightening the weight there. Good. So we're pointing through the left toe. We're reaching the left leg back as we lift the leg up to hip height. Feel the glutes engaging. And lower back down and sliding back in. Good. Pointing through the right toe. Reach the right leg back. Now think about the belly button lifting away from the ball. Good. Lower back down and slide that toe back in. Good. Left leg reaching it back. Now we're going to take the left leg out to the side. Keep the shoulders tracking forward. Back to the center, lower back down and tuck it back in. Good. So we're going right leg, reaching back, take it out to the side, back to the center, lower and tuck it back in. So leg and arm now. So we're going to go right hand forward, left toe pointed, reaching forward and back. Good. Lower back down and sliding back in. Keep the belly button lifted off the ball. Left arm, right leg, forward and back. Good. Lower back down and sliding. Slide the hand and tuck the toe underneath. Left leg, right arm, reaching forward and back. And this time, we're going to take the arm and leg out to the side. Good. Back to the center and lower back down. Good. Right leg, left arm reaching forward and back. Take it out to the side. Keep the shoulders tracking forward. Back to the center. And lower back down and tucking the toe underneath again. Lift the belly button up away from the ball. We're pointing through the left toe. Reach the leg back. Keep the arms down. Bend the knee so we're heel kicking. Lift the knee and lengthen the leg away. Good. So we're going for 9 to heel kick, 8 to lift, and lift and lengthen. 8 to heel kick, lift and lengthen. 7, we're firing those glutes up. If you're not feeling it in your glutes, lift the leg higher as you lengthen it away. For 5, lift and lengthen. 4, lift and lengthen. For 3, lift and lengthen. 2, lift and lengthen. Last one, lift and lengthen. We're bending the knee again, flex the foot, take the foot up to the ceiling, and we're going to pulse it up from here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, lengthen the leg away, lower back down, and tuck that toe underneath. Check what your belly button's doing, pointing through the right toe, reaching it back and up. Bend the knee, lift the knee and lengthen the leg away. Good. So we're going for 9, heel kick, lift and lengthen. 8, heel kick, lift and lengthen. 7, heel kick, lift and lengthen. For 6, lift and lengthen. Good. For 5, lift and lengthen. Good. Really enjoy feeling those glutes burning. For 3 and 2, last one. Lift and lengthen. We're bending the knee. Flex the foot. Take the foot to the ceiling. Keep it up. And we're going to pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen the leg away and lower the foot back down to the floor. We're just going to round over the ball. Little circles, loosening that back off. Good. And when you've had a bit of a loosener, we're going to come back to kneeling. So we're going to come into that plank on the ball that I showed you earlier. So the ball resting up against the fronts of the thighs. We're going to roll the ball forward, but remember, keep your neutral spine position. So don't arch through that back. Keep lifted. Elbows, forearms come down onto the ball. Hands can touch together. Tuck the toes underneath you, and we're lifting up into the plank position. Now, if it feels very wobbly, take your feet wider. We're going to lower the knees back down again. Good. When you're ready, we're pushing back up into the plank. Good. So make sure you're keeping your belly button lifted, shoulders down your back. Lower the knees back down. Good. This next one, we're going to try and hold it up for 10 seconds. But obviously, if you need to come out of it, just come back down. So we're coming up into the plank and we're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Excellent work, everyone. Sit back on your heels again. You can actually have the hands on the top of the ball. Drop the head down between the arms. So either sitting on your heels or staying slightly lifted if that's not possible. Drop the head down and just rock from side to side on the ball. Good. And just giving yourself a nice stretch and loosen off through there. Brilliant. And coming back up to the sitting. So we're going to place the balls to the side for a minute. Grab your blocks or cushion. We're going to come on our right side first. So placing the head onto your block and knees are bent. Knees, feet and shoulders all stacked and in a line. So into the open book. On the in-breath, we're going to take that top arm up to the ceiling, push that top hip forward, follow the hand with the head into the open book, feeling that lovely stretch through the front of the pecs, and then draw the arm back up and closing the book back up. Good. On the in-breath, arm to the ceiling, keep the shoulder away from the ear. Push the top hip forward, follow the hand with the head. We're drawing the chalk circle, so keeping the hand on the floor as much as possible. We're going to come down over the legs, over the open hand, round above the head, push that top hip forward, looking at the hand with your head, and then we're drawing the arm back up and over again. Good. On the in-breath, arm to the ceiling, push that top hip forward, follow the hand with the head. We're drawing the chalk circle, coming up above the head first, crossing over the open hand, down over the legs into the open book, looking at the hand with the head, and then we're drawing the arm back up and over again. Excellent. So coming up onto your elbow, just placing the block to the side. We're going to fold the mat over, so 2 folds, and then place the elbow onto the fold, making sure the elbow is well underneath that shoulder. Lifting the waist away from the floor. So imagine there's a barrel there and you're rounding the waist over the barrel, arm up to the ceiling. Good. On the in-breath, we're pushing that top hip forward. Open the arm out, so chest to the ceiling. On the out-breath, we're bringing the arm round, palm down. We're going to hold the stretch, so feed the fingers through. Keep creeping those fingers away from you. Breathing through that lovely rotational stretch. Good. Arm back up to the ceiling. We're going to hold the arm there. We're coming up into the side plank. Now, if the side plank, if you really can't do it with the shoulders, keep going with just the feet through. We're going to lift the hips up off the mat. Now, remember, there's a barrel, so you want to lift those hips as high as possible. Keep the ear lengthening away from the shoulder, so don't let your head crunch into your shoulder. Keep the distance between the ear and the shoulder. Feed the hand through the gap and then back up to the ceiling again and lower back down. Now, if that feels comfortable or hard enough for you, stay there. If you want to increase it or progress it, lengthen both legs away. Have the top leg just sitting in front of the left leg, arm to the ceiling. We're going to go up and we're going to hold it for 4 feet through. So we're lifting the waist up off the mat. Good. We're feeding the hand through. In breath to the ceiling. Good. For 2, remember, keep the distance between the shoulder and the ear of the supporting arm. For 3, and ceiling, and last one. For 4, and ceiling, and we'll lower back down. Come up to sitting. Unfold the mat. You're going to bring your cushions. You can give your shoulders a bit of a roll. And we're coming onto our left side. Good. So, lying on that left side, both arms out in front of you. Knees are bent. Lining up, shoulder, hip and ankles. Waist lifting up away from the mat. On the in-breath, we're taking the top arm to the ceiling. Push the top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. Good. On the out-breath, we're drawing the arm back up and closing the book up again. Good. In breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. We're going to draw the chalk circles. So we're going to come down over the legs, over the open hand. Take the arm up above the head. Push that top hip forward, looking at your hand, and then we're going to draw the arm back up and over again. Arm in breath, arm to the ceiling. Push the top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. We're drawing the chalk circles. So we're going to come up above the head, crossing over the open hand, down over the legs into the open book position, and then drawing the arm back up and over again. So coming up onto your elbows, moving the pillows out the way, folding the mat over twice, placing the elbow onto the fold and make sure it's straight underneath the shoulder, waist lifted up from the floor onto the ceiling. So on the in-breath, we're going to push that top hip forward, open the arm back, follow the hand with the head, and then we're bringing the arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap, and we're creeping those fingers away. We're holding the stretch. Keep creeping the fingers away a little further if you can. Good. Take the arm back up to the ceiling. We're going to hold it here. This time we're going to lift the hips up away from the mat. Imagine the barrel underneath you, and we're going to bring the arm, feed it through the gap, back up to the ceiling, and lower back down. Now, if you want to progress it, straighten those legs or just straighten a fraction. We're going to hold it for 4 now. So we're pushing those hips back up, rounding over the barrel, and we're feeding the arm through and back up to the ceiling. Good. For 3 and up. Good. 2 more. Keep the waist lifted. For 2 and up. Last one. Feeding through. Back up to the ceiling. Lower the waist back down. Come up to sitting and rolling those shoulders back. So remember, if you don't like the side planking, then you just keep going with the thread and needle, yeah? Just keep doing this one for next week. Good. So round, shake those shoulders off. Sitting on the mat, knees are bent, feet to the front of the mat. You want your balls handy. We're not going to use them for a sec, but we're going to come to lying in a second, so make sure you can grab them. We're doing the roll back C curve. We're not coming all the way to the mat, so don't come too low. Arms straight out in front of you, crown of the head up to the ceiling. Good. So on the in-breath, draw the belly button to spine. We're C-curving that lower back. We're coming down until we feel those core muscles engaging. Check the shoulders are staying down the back and nice and broad between the shoulders. And we're rolling back up and stacking. Good. Drawing the belly button to spine. We're rolling back to the C curve. We're going to do our bow and arrow. So we're pulling the left bow, follow the elbow with the head, back to the center and round back up. Now, if the bow seems too much, then I want you to just do the float with your arms. So draw the belly button to the spine. We're going to pull the right bow back, follow the elbow with your eyes, back to the center and round back up. Good. One more time. We're going to start to the right. Draw the belly button to spine. Right elbow back. Check your belly button has pulled in. Center and rounding back up. Good. Draw the belly button to the spine as we roll down. Follow the left elbow. Center and round and stack. Now this time we're going to do both sides at the same time. If you need to come up in between, do so. We're rolling back to the C curve. We're going to do right arm first. Follow the elbow with the eyes. Center, left elbow pulls the bow. Center, round and stack. Last one, left side first. We're rolling back to the C curve. Draw the belly button to spine. Left elbow, back, right elbow, center, round back up and stack. Lengthen the legs away from you. Flex through the feet. Drop the chest down over the knees, either grabbing your toes or ankles. Give a little pull on them so you're dropping that chest a little bit lower. Head down between the arms and just stretching out calves, hamstrings, and lower back. Good. So stacking that spine back up again. We're going to roll all the way down to the mat. So arms out in front of you, drawing the belly button to spine. So we're rounding down, lumbar, thoracic. Take the head down, reach the arms over the top, back of the hands onto the floor. Keep the flexion through the feet. All four limbs stay on the floor, and we're going to reach the left arm back to touch the wall behind you. At the same time, we're lengthening that left leg out of the hip joint. And relax. And then we're going to reach the right arm back, lengthen that right leg. And relax. Good. One more time each side. Left arm, left leg, lengthening away. And center, right arm reaching back as you lengthen the right leg away. And relax the lower back down into the mat. Good, we're going to grab our balls now. Place them underneath the calves. So the balls are sitting nice and snugly up behind the hamstrings. Arms out to the side and palms to the ceiling. So into the hip drop, squeezing the knees and feet together, controlling it through the core. We're going to take both knees over to the right and the head goes to the left. Good, not too far for the first one, just feeling that nice stretch, and then using your core muscles, take the lumbar spine to the mat as you center. Both knees over to the left, head goes to the right. Good. And again, take the lumbar spine to the mat. As you center, we're going to take both knees over to the right, head goes to the left. Good. Letting the knees drop a little bit further here, but controlling it through the core. And take the lumbar spine to the mat. As we center back up again. Good. Both knees over to the left now. Head goes to the right. Good. And lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up again. We're going to hold it centered now. We're pointing the left toe up towards the ceiling. We're going to come up from the breastbone. Take hold of the left leg, draw it towards the nose, shoulders down the back and chin towards the chest. Keep hold of the leg. We're increasing the stretch as we take the head back down to the floor. Breathing through the stretch. Try and relax those shoulders down your back, but keep the pressure on. And we're holding that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower that left leg back over the ball again. Good. Pointing through the right toe up to the ceiling. Come up from the breastbone. Take hold of the leg. Draw it towards your nose. Chin to chest. Breathe through the stretch. Keep hold of the leg. Take the head back down to the floor. We're increasing that stretch. And we're holding that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll lower that right leg back over the ball again. Excellent. Relaxing the arms down by your side. We're going to come up into the shoulder bridge position now. As you come up, you're going to let those legs slowly lengthen away from you. So drawing the belly button to spine on the in-breath, on the out-breath, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra, push forward through the fronts of the thighs, squeeze those glutes as we come up into that shoulder bridge position. Check the shoulders are relaxed. Neck is relaxed, not holding any tension. Then we're going to come back down one vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled up until the end. Good. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, squeezing through the glutes. Hips are lifted, rib cage down. We're going to float the right arm to the ceiling and then the left arm. Now, if it's too wobbly for you, do one arm and then change and do the other. We're going to lower all straight back down to the mat. So lower the hips to the mat. And then we're going to push straight back up again. Good. In breath, lower the back to the mat. Out breath, push back up. In breath to lower. Out breath, push those hips, squeeze those glutes. 2 more times. In breath to lower. Out breath, squeeze and push back up. Last one. In breath to lower. Out breath, squeezing the glutes as you push back up. Now we're going to drop 2 centimeters through the glutes and squeeze and push them up. Good. In breath, 2 centimeters. Out breath, squeeze and pushing up. Good. 3 more. In breath to lower. Squeeze and push up. 2 more. And squeeze. Good. Last one. Squeeze and push up. We're going to come back down one vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled up until the end. Bring the feet onto the front of the mat. You can hug those knees in over your chest, and we're just going to rock side to side. Loosen that back off. Good. Excellent. So we're bringing the ball out. We're going to be holding the ball in the hands. Legs are up into tabletop, locking that lumbar spine down into the mat. Good. Shoulders down the back. Again, if it's too much holding the ball, then obviously just place the ball to the side. We're going to dip the left toe, locking the back into the mat, into the bucket of water, and floating it back up again. Right toe on the out breath. Remember, if you want to work harder, lengthen that lever. So left toe on the out breath. In breath to center. Good. And right. 4 more to each side. Locking the back down into the mat. And 4. If it's feeling easy, then you want to take that leg longer. 3. And 3. Good. For 2. And 2. Last ones. 1. And 1. Good. Now we're going to place the ball on the front left thigh. Bring both hands. You can bring your right foot down while we're finding the position. Both hands on the ball.
Try and keep that left leg up into tabletop. Don't bend the knee. Push the knee back into the ball at the same time, putting the pressure through the right hand. So you've got tension coming into the ball. We're floating the right leg up, lock the back down. We're toe tapping for 6 and 5. Remember, the focus is on the tension between your hands and the ball. Good. For 3 and 2 and last one. Good. Place the ball on your shin, rocking from side to side. Now it should be feeling quite strong. If it's not feeling strong, then the chances are there's not enough tension between the leg and the hands on the ball. So increase that tension and keep the right leg now, because we're placing the ball onto the right front of the thigh. Keep it up in tabletop. Don't bend that knee unless you need to. Okay, so right knee into the ball, resist the pressure with the hands, left leg comes up to tabletop, and we're toe tapping for 6 and up. Good. For 5, lock the back down. For 4 and up. Make sure that belly button isn't popping up. Good. 2 more and back up. Last one. And back up, hug those knees in. Good job, everyone. And rocking from side to side. Good. So we're placing the ball in between the calves now, holding the ball with the calves. Again, if you've got back issues and this feels too strong with the ball in between the legs, do it without the ball. We're going to straighten and lock the back into the mat as we straighten the legs up to the ceiling and bend those knees again. Good. Locking the back down, we're straightening the legs up, and we're going to pulse on the ball for 5, squeezing, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bend those knees. Good. We're taking the legs straight up to the ceiling. We're going to open the legs and drop the ball. Throw the ball up and catch. Good. And drop for 7 and catch. 6 and catch. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hug the ball in, rock from side to side. Excellent work, everyone. Good. Nice deep breath in and out. We're going to take the ball back to the floor. Place your right foot onto the side of the ball. Hug your left knee into your chest, and we're lengthening the right leg away. Good, so keeping that left knee in, hugging it nice and tight. Put some pressure through the right heel of the ball. Good, then we're going to take the left hand and bring that left knee out to the side. If you want to increase it, hook the arm underneath the knee and pull it out. Good, keep the right heel pressured into the ball so the right leg doesn't follow you over. And try not to roll on your side. We're just isolating that inner thigh there. Then we're going to take the right hand over the left knee. Draw the right leg over towards the right shoulder and up. Good, so it's coming across your body and then up towards your right shoulder. Good. Breathing through that. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Place the ankle onto the knee. Now the choice is yours. You can either just pull the ball in, or if you prefer, you can take the leg off the ball, draw that right leg up and in, keep the left knee wide. And then you can roll onto your side ever so slightly onto the right side. Lift the left side up about 2 centimeters to increase that stretch. Breathing through that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Center back up. So we've got the left foot now on the front of the ball. Hug the right knee into your chest. Lengthen the left leg away. Pressure through the heel into the ball. And we're hugging that knee in. Good. And then we're going to take the knee out to the right side. So lift it up and over. Again, if you want to hook your hand underneath the knee to crease it a little bit. Up and over to the right side, but keep the pressure through the left heel so we're not rolling onto our side. And then left hand on the right knee brings that knee over to the left side and then up towards the right shoulder. Good. And just breathing through that stretch. For 8, 7, 6. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Place the ankle onto the knee, right ankle on left leg. Either draw the ball back in or you can draw that left knee up. Keep the right knee out and then gently just come onto your left side slightly to increase that stretch. Keep the pressure on through the leg. Relax the shoulders down the back. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Good for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to take both feet back down to the mat. Very slowly, we're going to roll onto our sides and come up to sitting. And we're coming back onto the ball. So for those who don't like doing the back extensions over the ball, then I want you to just come down onto the floor to do these. So we've got the ball in front of the knees. We're going to round over the ball, but this time the hands aren't going down. So we probably want the ball a little lower, so more towards the thigh than up in front of the chest. We're going to straighten both legs, feet to the edges of the mat, and then we can bend the knee slightly so that we've got, controlling through our legs here. We're going to give the ball a hug, keep the hands in front of the ball, and we're just going to neck lengthen. So we're lengthening the crown of the head as we lift up from the breastbone. Keep the hands on the ball. Now remember to take the front of the hips up with you. So don't shove the hips down and bend into the back. Lift the front of the hips up, shoulders down the back. And we're rolling back down again. This time we're going to do W arms. So as we lift up, the hands are by the shoulders. Squeeze those elbows into the rib cage and draw those shoulder blades together at the back and lower back down. Good. 2 more. On the out breath, lift the belly button away from the mat. Lift the hips up. Good. And lower back down. Good. Last one. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Draw the shoulder blades together. Now we're going to slide the left arm back towards your heels. Follow the hand with the head. In breath to bring that arm back to W. Right arm back. Good. Follow the hand with the head. Susie, just bend your knees a little bit. That's better. And see if you can lift up a little bit more through the chest. Good. And center. Good. Left arm back. Follow the hand with the head. And center. Good. If you're on the floor, you probably want to come down to the floor in between this reaching back. Good. We're doing 2 more to each side. Left arm back. Follow the hand with the head. And center, keep the hips lifted up, right arm back, and center, last one to each side. Try and keep that extension through the back, left arm and center, right arm reaches back and center, round back over the ball. Give it a little hug. Good. And we're going to do one more back extension with the swimming. So when you're ready, we're going to come up into the W. Hands forward, palms out. Pull through the water. Interlock the hands. Turn them inside out. Reach the hands up and back. Good. And again, give that ball a hug. You can drop your knees down a bit. Just rolling the ball around. Good. And we're going to come to sitting now with your legs out in the V. So nice and wide. Flexion through the feet. Crown of the head stacking up towards the ceiling. Ball between the legs. We're going to roll the ball forward, hinge from the hips. Take the ball on its side, and we're just rocking. We're not rolling it all the way over. We're just rocking from the right side to the left. Again, just loosening that lower back. You should be feeling a nice stretch through that inner thigh. Good, and then we're going to round back up and stack the spine. Right hand on the ball. The ball is going to come down the inner thigh of the right leg. So roll the ball down that right inner thigh. Left arm comes over the top. So side goes over the knee. Then we're going to take the left arm up to the ceiling. Lengthen through the neck. So we're following the hand with the eyes. Both hands back onto the ball, push the ball away, and we're dropping the chest down over that right knee. Good, breathing through that stretch. See if you can drop a little lower. Good, rolling the ball back up. Right hand on the ball. Left hand on the ball. The ball's come down the left inner thigh. So down towards the foot, right arm over the top. And then take the right arm to the ceiling, lengthen through the neck. And both hands on the ball now. Push that ball a little bit up the chest, over the knee. And we're just breathing through the stretch. Good. On each out breath, see if you can take the chest a little lower over the knee. Good. Rolling the ball back up and stacking that spine. So we're going to come back to kneeling. Ball in front of you. Have the left leg to the inside of the ball. Give the ball a hug. Lengthen the right leg away, but don't come up onto the toe. You just want to be feeling the stretch through the right side. Tuck the right toe underneath you. Straighten that right back leg. Take the heel to the floor, and then you can lift the front of the chest up away. And we're just feeling that stretch through the front of the right thigh for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knee back down. We're changing legs. So right leg inside of the ball. Good. Give the ball a hug. Reach the left leg back till you start to feel a pull through that left front of the thigh. Remember, keep the left hip driving down to the floor. Tuck the toe underneath you. Good. Straighten through the back leg, heel to the floor, and then if you want to lift up through the front of the chest, driving that left hip down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the left knee down. We're going to keep the right leg forward because we're going to come up to standing. Holding the ball in front of you. Keep the leg straight. We're rolling the ball forward. Take the tailbone back and crown of the head reaches forward. Drop the head down between the arms.
Good. Breathing through the stretch, feeling it in the calves, the hamstrings. Keep trying to reach that ball away from you, feeling it all the way up through the sides and the shoulder blades. Good. Soften through the knee. Draw the ball back towards you. We're rounding back up, stacking the spine. Roll the shoulders back. Excellent work, everyone. All feeling okay?